Global neoliberalism, slavery in a new form, the cultural significance of emancipation and independence. Welcome to Dunce TV. Today, we embark on a journey into the heart of Jamaica's struggle, both past and present. We'll delve into the significance of Emancipation Day and Independence Day, focusing on the deep socio-political and economic struggles faced by African descendants in Jamaica. This discussion addresses the contemporary threat posed by global neoliberalism, which many argue is a modern form of slavery. At the same time, we analyze how certain elites, represented by groups like the Private Sector Organization of Jamaica, PSOJ, continue to exploit economic productivity at the expense of cultural preservation and social progress. Neoliberalism, a new form of enslavement. Neoliberalism has taken on the mantle of modern economic imperialism, where the world's wealth and power are concentrated in the hands of a few multinational corporations and elites, leaving the rest of humanity enslaved by debt, poverty, and lack of opportunity. This ideology encourages rampant privatization, deregulation, and the concentration of wealth through global financial systems. But make no mistake, this isn't merely a question of market efficiency or global competitiveness. It's the same old plantation mentality, dressed up in a modern, corporate suit. In Jamaica, the neoliberal agenda reflects in the PSOJ's recent proposal to merge Emancipation Day and Independence Day into a single long weekend. This is framed as a strategy to boost economic productivity, citing lost time due to holidays. But let's ask the question, who really benefits from this proposal? Who profits when our cultural history is commodified and reduced to a few tourist festivals? The same elites who seek to exploit our national heritage for short-term economic gain. What is neoliberalism doing to us? It is re-enslaving us, maybe not with chains, but with debt, wage stagnation, and a perpetual cycle of poverty. Jamaican workers, especially those who descend from African slaves, continue to feel the crushing weight of inequality. The gaps between the wealthy and the working class are deepening, and neoliberalism is exacerbating this divide. The PSOJ's proposal is an affront to the memories of those who fought for freedom. Dunce TV stands firm in saying freedom cannot be bought or sold. We must resist this new form of colonization. Cultural significance of Emancipation Day and Independence Day. The two national holidays we celebrate, Emancipation Day on August 1st and Independence Day on August 6, are milestones in Jamaica's long, arduous journey to self-determination. Emancipation Day represents the culmination of centuries of resistance, rebellion, and sacrifice by enslaved Africans who fought to be recognized as human beings. It marks the day in 1834 when slavery was officially abolished, ending one of the darkest chapters in human history. This day isn't just a break from work, it is a day to honor the resilience, bravery, and triumph of our ancestors, whose blood and tears fertilized the soil we now walk upon freely. Justice Brian Sykes pointed out recently that the abolition of slavery was the direct precursor to our eventual independence in 1962. Without emancipation, there would have been no independence. Yet, here we are, in 2024, discussing whether these important markers of national identity should be relegated to a mere extended weekend of festivities. The PSOJ's economic rationale reduces Emancipation Day to just another day off. But this day is more than that, it's a symbol of our people's fight against oppression. Independence is the fruit of that struggle, and both days are inseparable parts of Jamaica's national identity. Dunce TV is here to remind you that our ancestors did not fight for convenience, they fought for survival, for dignity, and for freedom. The economic argument and the neoplantocracy. The PSOJ's argument for clustering holidays is that it will prevent a holiday hangover that supposedly results in economic slowdowns. However, this logic is fundamentally flawed and disconnected from the lived realities of the Jamaican working class. What these elites are essentially saying is that our freedom is less important than a few extra dollars in the private sector's pocket. The neoplantocracy, the modern descendants of the colonial elite, who control Jamaica's wealth and resources, are using these same old tactics to strip the Jamaican people of their historical and cultural wealth. They believe that public holidays like Emancipation Day and Independence Day are obstacles to productivity, just as their ancestors viewed the enslaved Africans as mere labor units to be maximized for profit. We see the same patterns playing out globally. Neoliberalism is the tool these elites use to own every blade of grass and rent it back to us. It is a system designed to keep the poor shackled while the rich thrive. Whether through real estate speculation, the privatization of public services, or wage suppression, neoliberal policies are making slaves of us all, just in different ways. Educational importance: protecting our heritage. One of the most insidious aspects of this debate is the suggestion that public holidays can be rearranged for the sake of efficiency. This is dangerous because it reflects a broader disregard for education and historical consciousness. The more we allow our holidays to be commodified, the more we lose touch with their true significance. Emancipation and Independence Days are not mere days off, they are days of reflection, opportunities to educate our youth about the legacy of slavery, the fight for civil rights, and the ongoing struggles for equality and justice. If we fail to protect these holidays from the encroachment of neoliberal values, we risk losing our cultural identity altogether. Dunce TV is calling for the government and civil society to push for stronger constitutional protections that safeguard these holidays from any future attempts to undermine their significance. We must educate the younger generation about the importance of these holidays, not just as celebrations, but as solemn reminders of the fight for freedom. Global neoliberalism and the future of freedom. Neoliberalism is not limited to Jamaica. It is a global phenomenon, and it threatens to turn every nation into a cog in a massive economic machine designed to enrich the few at the expense of the many. We see this in how major global corporations influence politics, control resources, and dictate the economic policies of entire nations. In this context, public holidays like Emancipation Day are more than just local events, they are symbols of resistance against global oppression. Dunce TV believes that, by protecting these holidays, we send a message not just to the PSOJ but to the world: we will not allow our freedom to be commodified. Call to action: subscribe and join the movement. As we conclude this deep dive into the cultural and historical significance of Jamaica's Emancipation and Independence Days, we at Dunce TV want to ask you to join us in this fight. Subscribe to Dunce_TV and share this documentary with your friends, family, and community. The only way we can stand up to the neoplantocracy and the forces of neoliberalism is through collective action. Let's educate ourselves, raise awareness, and ensure that our holidays remain what they were meant to be: celebrations of freedom, resilience, and justice. Help us continue the discussion by leaving your thoughts in the comments and engaging with others. Together, we can reclaim our heritage and push back against the forces that seek to strip us of our identity. Thank you for watching, and remember, our freedom is priceless.